Hi, it's John here for the Australian Solar Conference Exhibition 2016. I'm here with Supply Partners. I'm here today with Rob Campbell from Australian Solar Systems. Welcome, Rob. Thanks for doing the interview.
It's nice to be here.
Tell us a bit about Australian Solar Systems and what location and service area.
We've been established since 2008 and we focus mainly in southeast Queensland, which is Brisbane, Gold Coast and northern New South Wales. But we do commercial projects all the way down to the Victorian border now and up to North Queensland. We're looking at some solar farms as well. So one of our major focuses is been on development of alternative mounting structures and of course looking at other than off the rack or off the shelf solar solutions. So we've been doing a lot of research and development during the lull between domestic and commercial, but we are now mainly focused on commercial.
Okay.
So we're looking at systems that can replace roofing systems on large commercial buildings and using the power which may not be accepted by the grid for other types of storage other than battery storage. We're looking at thermal storage and heat storage for 24-hour processes and air conditioning. So there's a lot of R&D going on in Australian Solar Systems at the moment, and we also are just about to launch our energy storage product, which we've been working on since 2008, which we developed under a different notion other than revenue. It was all about trying to get more solar into a different area.
Right. Well, that's a comprehensive introduction, my friend. You're doing a lot. How long have you been in business?
Personally, in the electrical contracting industry since 1984, and obviously when the building boom dropped in 2009, we already had our solar business well underway by then. So it's definitely the future. One wouldn't go back into building now, I don't think. And it's really about developing and obviously taking advantage of a growing market in solar.
That's great. And so you were saying you've developed a battery range. You do commercial solar from southeast Queensland down to the Victorian market, Victorian border. Excuse me. Is there any other product offering or anything else that you guys do outside of the solar? Or are you a very solar focused business?
We're very solar focused at the moment. We are looking at a couple of other products, but they're building industry related, but they're not solar or even electrical for that matter. But,
okay.
It takes me to China every month.
It's not a bad thing. So why would an end user, a customer, choose Australian Solar Solutions over one of your competitors?
Well, generally because with our reputation and our longevity, it's almost certain that when you call our office, someone's going to answer the phone, and it won't be a receiver or an administrator. And that's the big problem we've got at the moment, is that there's very few solar companies that have got a heritage or longevity. Most of them are in for the quick buck and have left or been forced to leave the industry, leaving a lot of customers without any point of reference for warranty. But that's one of our main marketing benefits, is the fact that we have been around for a long time.
So longevity and customer responsibility,
it comes hand in hand. I mean, if you run a business responsibly and don't try and make a quick buck, you're going to be there for the long term. And we've got customers now approaching their fifth year of their installation. The inverters are starting to play up a bit, and luckily our choice of inverter suppliers has meant that the inverters that we have out in the field, the companies are still there and they're still offering service. I mean, it is a bit of a chore for us, but at least we don't have many inverters out there that don't have any warranty backing, it's good for us financially, because it means we're not having to step in for the inverter manufacturers. But obviously it's a job to try and keep our customers satisfied, but we do, and that's something that we take pride in, and that's something that any customer who wants to buy solar should really consider. Not many do. They get sucked in by the slick sales pitch, but at the end of the day, that's what they really should be buying, not the product of the company.
That's very admirable. Very admirable. You've seen a lot since 1984. And obviously you've talked at length about longevity and customer responsibility. Where do you see your business and also the industry in the next 2 years?
Look, it'll continue to grow. It'll grow well from its peak. It will now. It's probably bottomed out in domestic, so it'll have a steady cycle of domestic installations because new houses will get built. They'll all have solar. Some of the late starters, some of the pensioners that don't realise that their money's better on the roof than it is in the bank, earning 2%, will come on board. So we'll get a few more domestic installations, provided the RET stays intact. But commercially, especially with the need for governments to try and source revenue from utilities, more and more people are going to try and substitute buying power from the utilities and putting their own on their roof. And one of the interesting developments that's happened recently is that where you used to be on a demand tariff if you're a larger business, the energy cost was quite insignificant. It was only 4 or 6 cents. And solar really couldn't, because it couldn't attack the demand charge, it couldn't really offer a value proposition. But with energy costs now getting towards 10 cents and 12 cents per kilowatt hour, it actually makes sense to put solar onto most commercial businesses. So it's really a matter then of convincing the business owners about making an investment over the medium term for basically instant cash returns.
Rob, real pleasure to hear a little bit about Australian Solar Solutions.
Yeah.
You're certainly people that take care of the customer and are passionate about your particular focus, which is that commercial sector and getting those medium term returns for the commercial sector. I sincerely wish you all the best, and
Thank you.
thank you for the interview.
No